This right here is how families lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the craziest part is everyone involved usually has good intentions. I'm attorney Otto, and I've been a huge Dave Ramsey fan for years. And one of the things he does really well is take real life situations and show what actually happens when planning is missing. And this is exactly the kind of situation I see all the time in real life. Let's take a listen.
She was deciding that? No, no probate. No probate. Somehow we skated by probate. Nobody was arguing about anything. My aunt happened to be the last surviving child, and it just went everything into my aunt's name because my dad's will was not in good shape.
All right, so I'm gonna pause here for a second because something doesn't quite add up. If there truly was no will and no probate process, then in most states, those assets should pass to the children, not a sibling. So the fact that everything ended up in the aunt's name tells me there's likely a part of this story that we are not hearing. It could be something as simple as a joint ownership. So maybe his mom and her sister, his aunt, owned the property as joint tenants with right of survivorship, or it somehow passed outside of probate. But either way, this confusion right here is exactly what happens when things are not clearly structured. Let's listen some more.
I am in a position now where like I'm the only person who has a steady job out of my siblings. And I'm trying to get my siblings and my cousins together because my aunt's husband is also dead. So it's just my aunt. And she's kind of going into a little bit of a mental decline. My siblings are okay. Everybody knows who's supposed to get what.
From the aunt?
My cousins, yeah, from the aunt. Because she's okay with everybody getting what they were supposed to get in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
The cousins, nobody's arguing about anything that they're supposed to get.
But she's not put it down in a will.
And there's no judge involved.
Correct. So what we've got, this.
Okay, so this is where legal reality kicks in. It doesn't matter what everyone agrees should happen. It matters whose name is on the asset. So he's saying the family is not fighting, we're all on one accord, but legally, the person whose name is on the asset is the only thing that matters. That is the person who now controls everything.
Everybody knows who's supposed to get what.
From the aunt?
My cousins, yeah, from the aunt. Because she's okay with everybody getting what they were supposed to get in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
The cousins, nobody's arguing about anything that they're supposed to get.
But she's not put it down in a will.
And there's no judge involved.
Okay, so this is one of the biggest misconceptions that I see. Families will say, we all agree, we are all on the same page, but agreements do not transfer assets. Documents do. I have seen families that were completely aligned, or at least it seemed that way, until the moment something actually had to be transferred. And then suddenly, questions come up, memories differ, or someone changes their mind.
Okay.
If your aunt does not leave them to you or deed them to you prior to your death, you're going to lose them because you do not have any standing in this family anymore. She has confiscated all the assets into her name. Her assets, if there is no will go to her children. You're going to lose these houses.
And that's my struggle.
No, you are. I mean, it's not a question if you don't get this done. This is a $400,000 problem for you and your brother and your sister. So
this is the consequence. This is not a small mistake. This, as Dave said, is a $400,000 problem. Hundreds of thousands of dollars being decided by paperwork that does not exist. And this is the part people don't like to hear. Good intentions do not matter in court. And this is the difference I always talk about. I love the way Dave Ramsey teaches people how to build wealth. But on this channel, I help you make sure that that wealth is actually protected and passed on the right way. And this is why I always say, estate planning is not just about documents, it's about outcomes. Because if the documents are not right, or if the documents do not exist, the outcome will not match what you intended.
And the other thing you could do is you could go to your aunt and ask her to quitclaim deed the properties to you.
Okay, so what if that was to occur would there be like some sort of like net gain tax?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, she'll have a gift tax on them. Well, she could actually, but she could avoid it by doing a unified estate tax planning document. But that's it's easier to just do a will.
All right, so this is where we shift from a lack of planning to trying to fix things after the fact. And yes, this is a possible solution, but look at what it requires. It requires coordination, agreement, timing, and willingness from the current owner. So he has to talk to his aunt, get her agreement, make sure that she does it before she passes away and actually transfers the asset to him. And based on what he has been saying, it sounds like the aunt and her children, the cousins, are already aligned on what they want to happen next. And it doesn't seem to include passing ownership to him, which makes this much harder to fix because now you are not just dealing with a legal issue, you're dealing with family dynamics.
Everybody needs a will. Hello, everybody needs a will. If you got a complicated estate, sit down with an estate planning attorney. But everybody needs a will. It's not fair to the people. You look at what his dad and his grandmother have done to him by screwing around and not writing this stuff down.
Yeah, Dave is absolutely right about this. Everyone does need a will. But here is what I want to add. For many people, a will is the starting point, not the full plan. Because in a situation like the one we just talked about, we are not just dealing with a missing will. We are dealing with multiple generations, multiple properties, unclear ownership, and family dynamics. And this is where a simple plan is no longer enough. So here's a takeaway. What this family is dealing with is not unique. I see this all the time, often after someone has passed away and their wishes were never clearly documented. Good people, good intentions, but still no clear structure. And when that happens, the law steps in and decides what happens next. If you want your plan to actually work, it has to be written, clear, and structured properly. And if you want to stay connected, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I'm Attorney Otto. Plan wisely, live confidently, and I'll see you next time.